If you want something that you have never had, you must be willing to do something that you've never done. If you are not getting active, you are at high risk for diseases and a weaker immune system. A simple solution could be including exercise every day, even if it's just walking, swimming, playing a sport, or lifting weights. A professor at the Harvard School of Public Health says, "Our study shows that by being physically inactive, even overweight or obese people can increase their life expectancy compared to someone of the same weight who is not active." I started becoming healthier both mentally and physically whenever I got up and I started working for what I wanted. You may be curious, start being worried, or you may not even care. But let me show you how this comes in play with you and your future. Lack of physical inactivity puts you at risk for developing heart disease, anxiety, and depression. Arteries become clogged with poor health choices. People who are less active produce less positive influencing hormones. Hundreds of thousands of Americans suffer from preventable illnesses. 28.2 million people are diagnosed with heart disease, which is roughly 610,000 people die each year from this condition. And anxiety roughly affects 6.8 million adults, and 1 in 4 adults suffer from a diagnosable mental disorder in a given year. So, lack of activity affects your quality of life. It prevents you from living up to your full potential. Your muscles, bones, and body systems will be weaker, causing poor health and lack of ability to do things such as group activities. And of course, your mind will produce less positive hormones, and if not stimulated through activity to keep it busy. Living a sedentary lifestyle creates an unhealthy body and negative hormones coming from the brain. Yes, it is sad, it can be scary, but there is a solution to prevent your health from declining. Include everyday exercise, even if it's just walking, swimming, playing a sport, or lifting weights. So let's talk about the deeper meaning of heart disease and diagnosable mental disorders. Your heart is the most active organ that keeps all your body systems functioning. Clogged arteries, valves, vessels, or infections affect your other body systems that rely as a team to keep your body in maintenance. Not only your brain produces the good feel chemicals, but exercise helps your brain get rid of those chemicals that makes you feel stressed or anxious. And inactivity causes fatigue and depression. So, you can increase your activity level. You can start small. You can run, walk, bike, swim, take a class, or even get a personal trainer every day for as little as 30 minutes of your day to get started. As you see yourself becoming stronger mentally and physically, you can now set endless goals and work towards them. You would be surprised to see how much stronger you really are whenever you uplift yourself. Let me tell you what people have gained from increasing their activity level. A study where 30 community-dwelling, moderately depressed men and women were randomly assigned to an exercise intervention group, a social support group, or a waitlist control group. People who were placed in the exercise group walked 20 to 40 minutes 3 times per week for about 6 weeks. The authors reported that the exercise program solved the overall symptoms, or pretty much outbeat the symptoms of depression, and were more effective than the other 2 groups. I had changed my lifestyle and prioritized my life around working out and creating healthy habits, and broke my bad ones for 2 years. I had learned how to be disciplined, set realistic goals for myself, and achieve them. I am way more productive than I used to be. I learned how to enjoy exercise based on my likes and dislikes. And I don't run out of breath as easily, and I gain a significant amount of strength. I used to think squatting like a 45-pound bar was like hard, but now I can do 250. You may be feeling You may be feeling indifferent at the moment, but if you are exercising and not seeing any results, you might get discouraged from being impatient. Skipping exercise can cause you to feel mentally drained and like a day is wasted. The science behind exercise and your body are all connected together, even strangers and me. Now that you have heard what science and random strangers have came from physical activity, you may be wondering what could happen to you after you hear me out. There are endless incredible benefits from working out. Imagine you start exercising. You have better mobility, energy, movement, and you're always hearing your peers telling you how great you look. To add on to the physical, you start feeling more positive, productive, determined, and you start sleeping better, and you will feel more confident than ever. Now, imagine being bedridden for several years because you chose not to take care of your body, causing it to affect you and the ones around you. Many families have loved ones that can't make it to family events because they have declining health, or even heartbreaking to see someone you love stay in bed or antisocial with nothing but their own thoughts because it can be scary. They don't get out and communicate. These scenarios are real life situations that could be prevented or helped. So, overall, if you're not getting active and you're high risk for diseases and a weaker immune system, these can be solved by getting active. Start today. The earlier you get started, the less of the risk. I challenge you to do something you've never done before that you want today. Even if it's training to run a mile in 8 minutes. Start small increments, add to big results.